Hello and welcome, my dear friend. Some people pray and wonder if it even reaches heaven. But what you did, it moved heaven. It touched the heart of God. Not because it was loud or perfect, but because it was real. There was a moment, maybe recently, maybe long ago, when you chose love over ego, truth over convenience, alignment over applause, and you didn't even realize it. But it shifted something. And for those still asking, but where is it? Why haven't I seen the breakthrough yet? Why does it still feel delayed? Let me be honest with you. God already prepared the table. But some of you haven't sat down to eat. The invitation is active. The door is unlocked. But you're still standing in the hallway, wondering if you're worthy to walk through it. This isn't a matter of waiting anymore. It's a matter of willingness. Willingness to have the courage to be fearlessly you and love yourself to the fullest. Willingness to forgive yourself for how long you hid. Willingness to become the version of you that already fits the blessing. You don't need to keep asking if it's coming. It's here. But the question is, are you ready to receive it like it's already yours? That quiet choice, that hidden sacrifice, that private surrender, it created a ripple in the spiritual realm, and heaven took note. Because while most people perform in public, you've been building in private. And that's what touches God, not the noise of achievement, but the purity of intention. There's a difference between trying to impress and trying to stay aligned. And you've been choosing alignment almost every time, even when it was invisible. Even when it felt unfair, even when it looked like nothing was changing on the outside. But something was changing. Something was forming. And now, heaven is about to show you what that kind of integrity calls in. You're not about to be rewarded because you were good. This isn't about a prize. It's about a response, a divine one, because when you move from your soul, not to be seen but to stay true, heaven responds. You know, the universe doesn't run on announcements. It runs on alignment. You don't have to scream to be heard. You don't have to prove anything to be seen. You just have to be in sync with who you were created to be. Think of it like this. If you're in a dark forest with a single lantern in your hand, you might think no one knows where you are. But from above, the light is blinding. And that's what your soul has looked like lately. Like a quiet light in the middle of a very heavy world. A light heaven couldn't ignore. You might feel ordinary, but the light you're carrying is not. God saw the way you chose peace when you wanted to rage. He saw the way you walked away instead of clapping back. He saw the way you whispered prayers instead of trying to manipulate outcomes. And that level of trust, that is what pierced through the noise. That is what touched God's heart. Not because he needed proof of your worth, he already knew that, but because you trusted him in a way that most people never get to. You trusted without guarantee. You loved without condition. You stayed kind while healing wounds no one saw. That's the kind of soul posture that shifts timelines. That's the kind of frequency that calls things into motion. And now, something is already moving. It might not be loud at first, but you're going to feel it. It's like an open door, but if you don't step through it, it's no different than a wall. The blessing isn't missing. It's waiting on movement, your movement. And know that God remembers everything. He remembers that moment you let someone else win just to keep peace. He remembers that time you gave and no one thanked you. He remembers when you stayed soft in a world that told you to get sharp. And the beautiful part? He's not just proud of you. He's responding to you. What's about to enter your life won't feel forced. It will feel like exhale, like walking into a space that already fits, like finally being met where you used to stretch yourself thin just to stay relevant. This is the part where God shows you what he saw all along. This is the part where the blessings feel custom-made. This is the part where people ask, wait, How did that happen so fast for you? But it wasn't fast. It was faithful. And now the return is coming. So let's talk about what happens next. Because what's coming your way isn't just a response. It's a reordering. A reordering of how things flow to you. A reordering of how people treat you. A reordering of how heaven prioritizes your movement forward. This is the part where what used to resist you suddenly makes space for you. Not because the resistance is gone, but because your frequency has changed. You're no longer vibrating at the level of trying to earn your place. You're resting at the level of already being placed. There's a difference. And it's not just energetic, it's spiritual. Because once you touch God's heart like you did, He touches everything around you. That relationship you thought was over, you're about to see it with new eyes. Not necessarily because the other person has changed, but because you have. You no longer crave connection that costs your clarity. You no longer entertain conversations that confuse your spirit. And because of that, your people are coming. Not just anyone, but the ones who recognize the weight of your soul without needing a backstory. They're coming, and they're bringing mirrors, not magnifying glasses. They're bringing presence, not pressure. They're bringing peace, not performance. Because when God responds to a heart like yours, He doesn't just drop blessings from the sky. He rearranges your ecosystem, the rooms, the voices, the invitations. It all starts to match the version of you that He sees, not the version others tried to keep you small within. Here's something important. When heaven starts to move like this, it won't always feel like a celebration. Sometimes it feels like disorientation first. You might find yourself suddenly tired of certain things. People you used to text every day, you'll start forgetting to reply. Not because of drama, but because your spirit is shifting. It's releasing what's no longer required. The things that used to excite you might start to feel noisy. Crowds, clutter, conversations that never go deeper than the surface. Why? Because your soul is preparing to receive. And receiving requires room. God can't pour something heavy into a vessel already full of distraction. So if it feels like He's clearing space, He is. Emotionally, mentally, physically. He's preparing you for a kind of overflow that would have drowned you a year ago. But not now. Now you're ready to hold it. And I don't just mean material things. Yes, provision is coming. Yes, doors are about to open. Yes, He's going to surprise you with things you didn't even pray for out loud. But more than anything, He's about to surround you with evidence that you were never alone in this. You've been carrying the weight of obedience in silence. You've been staying faithful when logic said give up. You've been speaking life over your future while walking through a fog. And God saw every step of it. He counted every tear. He measured every moment you chose truth over ease. And now, He's about to multiply what you've planted. Because the season ahead isn't just about new beginnings, it's about public clarity. You're not just going to feel the shift, others will see it too. But here's the key. This isn't for display. It's because you've become someone who can hold it without breaking. You've been privately shaped for a public purpose. This is the moment the soil starts breaking open. The seed has outgrown its shell. The same ground that once felt like pressure is now about to feel like permission. Permission to expand, permission to rise, permission to stop hiding the very thing you were created to carry. And when it happens, when the first sprout breaks through the surface, you won't even feel the need to announce it. Because real transformation doesn't need a billboard. It creates an atmosphere. You already touched God's heart. Now He's touching your timeline. Thank you so much for taking this journey with me. If you found value in this message, please like the video and share it with others who might benefit. Don't forget to subscribe and continue your amazing journey by watching one of the videos showing on your screen that resonates with you the most. See you there.